Students Against Global Apathy, SAGA, started in the summer of 2005, and this is the beginning of our 4th year at the University of Alberta. We've had many, many highs and many, many lows, but we have learned from our experiences, and this year is going to be the best we ever had. All of you probably know about our cool t-shirts, but how many of you know that SAGA was actually started in Kenya? Yeah, it's true. I first came up with the idea when me, Allison, our president, and about 20 others went on a school trip to Kenya to study ecology and anthropology. What I felt when I was over there, what I saw, what I heard, what I breathed in from the air was a tipping point for me. Underneath the stars very late one night, I decided to do something, take action. At the time, I had no idea what that was going to be and no money to get started, but that didn't stop me because I knew I was capable of making a difference. Looking back now, I see that I was a dreamer who was young and foolish, but I don't regret any of it. In fact, SAGA is probably the best thing that has ever happened to me in my life. The biggest defect we have as human beings is our short-sightedness. We don't see what we could become. We should be looking towards our potential, stretching ourselves into everything imaginable because we are young, educated, and living in a country with so much opportunity.
This optimism and our belief that words and ideas can change the world is the reason why SAGA has been successful. For example, we have sold over 4,000 t-shirts, of which all profits have gone overseas. We have given away over $25,000 to high-quality projects in Sierra Leone, India, Nicaragua, and Uganda. We have sent students to Sierra Leone and India. We have gone on road trips to Calgary and Vancouver to attend conferences and exhibitions. We had an online store that shipped across Canada to the U.S. and even London. And our creativity has been so effective that it not only established name recognition here at the U of A, but also universities across Canada wanted to set up their own chapters of SAGA. What SAGA does really successfully is grab people's attention, raise a lot of money, and hopefully inspire. Now for our failures. SAGA used to be too much around Alex. He's very enthusiastic, but he was overcommitted, overengaged, and overextended, so that he almost caused the death of his own creation. Alice didn't know what he was doing when he first started, so we had to learn everything from the beginning. For example, he had to learn about the issues, how to fundraise, how to do marketing, learn how to make t-shirts, learn how to be a salesman, learn how to build a website, how to inspire strangers, run meetings, learn how to plan events, do the accounting, and run a business, and more. Basically, you get the idea that SAGA revolves too much around Alex.
I admit this. Most of the mistakes of SAGA are mine. I never wanted it to be just about one person, and I really didn't want it to fail. But even learning how to keep and delegate responsibilities is a skill that one isn't born with. Also, I'm an ideas guy. I like poetry and theory and big leaps of imagination, much more than number crunching and measurement and steady incremental growth. So therefore, I wasn't building the best strategy or documenting the details as much as I could have been. Also because I was overstressed and never felt like I had the time. I wasn't mentoring other members of SAGA as much as I should have been. In general, I was trying to balance SAGA and school and life in a way that wasn't working, and it was just too much. I broke down. Helplessness, depression, suicide, and a lot of really, really bad thoughts were there. And if it wasn't for my big trip to Asia to escape and re-energize myself, I don't know where I would be.
So when Alex left, it was a big shock for all of us because he didn't tell anybody. Really, anybody. He just hopped on a plane and left. While back here in Canada, the remaining members of the SAGA Corps had to decide whether or not we wanted to continue on with the dream. It was hard, really hard. But in the end, we didn't give it all up because we knew that SAGA has too much potential. However, last year, even though we tried our best, SAGA struggled. There were only 4 people who were running things. I was in my first year of med school, so I was super busy, and all of us had to learn the skills that Alex had learned because he didn't teach us much before he left. Last year, we ordered more shirts, continued fundraising, and planned some small events, but we didn't do anything as extravagant as prior years or what we had planned this year.
I need to jump in here and say a quick word. I need to say thank you to Allison, to the SAGA Corps, to all the people who put their time and energy into keeping SAGA going. You believed in me more than I did myself. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. My 12 months away from Canada have made me a different person. I believe a better person and hopefully a better leader as well. I just learned so much. Traveling for so long and living in a rainforest and reading so many books and being exposed to so much cultural diversity and laughing with the locals when you can't speak the language has been such a valuable learning experience that I've been learning and learning every single day. Now I can accept what I'm able to do and what I'm unable to do. Now I understand how to run an effective business. Now I understand the value of your metrics and small wins. Now I understand that communication and trust is key. Now I understand that the secret to SAGA's future involves building and teaching a great team to achieve their full potential, our full potential, together. Thank you.